On August 13th, around 4:10 a.m., we have the sun, the life force, the gasoline that fuels our life, meeting up, merging with, making a conjunction with the planet Venus. Venus has been in Leo, but this moment where the sun and Venus meet up in Leo at 20 degrees actually begins and seeds an entire new cycle for Venus for the next 19 months. This is a very sacred moment in time for us. I would really encourage us actually on this day, August 13th, at some point. It doesn't even need to be in those early hours of the morning when it happens, but sometime that day, really putting yourself in a space to physically receive the sun rays from the sun to your body. Because on this day, Venus's medicine is merging with the sun. And so even just by drinking in the rays of the sun, we are pulling Venus into our bodies. And now this is Venus in Leo we're speaking to. Leo is a sign that rules the heart. It's all about the heart chakra. And the wisdom of Leo knows. It knows its heart intimately and authentically. It knows how to stand in the light of the sun in truth and declare, this is who I am. I can shine my brilliance out. And from the heart, it comes out as pure and utter medicine. One medicine, when we can just be authentically who we are, that's a medicine for ourselves, absolutely. And as we can let that pure essence of who we are come out of the heart, it's a medicine for the collective. It's a medicine for Earth. It's what we're here to be. It's really easy to talk about being authentic, to talk about shining from the heart. But when it comes down to it, it isn't always easy. And it's actually in these moments that we start to really feel the fears that are deep-seated begin to bubble up and rise. So if over the last couple weeks here, as we've been building to this moment, I almost have been feeling it myself as like a darker phase. And as we build into this moment, there is unknown. It does feel a little bit more dark. It does feel a little bit more scary because we can't just put our finger on, this is it, because there's darkness involved. I mean, Venus is retrograde right now. We can't even see her in the sky. So there's a lot going on under the surface. And Venus rules our relationships, our partnerships, our money, our values. She's the magnet that draws things into us. So all of these themes are what we have been kind of working with. And yet I'm really getting this sense that if you've been in some of the more, maybe some of the fear, some of the uncomfortable, almost irritable at times sort of energy around, one, you're not alone. Two, there's really no problem. It is rising up to release. And what do we know about when things release? There's space then inside of us to receive something new, something fresh. And so with this Venus and Sun conjunction on the 13th, I encourage you, drink it in. And I would even go a step further to say, really let yourself get curious around, is there a way to be even more authentic with myself, with yourself, under the light of this Venus-Sun conjunction. Because starting now, in August of 2023, we are seeding what is going to be the rest of this 19-month cycle of Venus in Leo. There is some fun opportunity here. I was also really reflecting on the Sabian symbol for 20 degrees of Leo, which is where the Sun and Venus are meeting on the 13th. This Sabian symbol is actually the Zuni people. It's an image of the Zuni people literally worshiping the sun. And honestly, that image spoke to me multi-layered, very deeply. But really what I feel like is kind of coming through, especially this week, especially because Venus is still retrograde, there's a softness and a receptivity here for us under the surface. I was really feeling this invitation to really remember the sacredness of nature. And this heart, your heart, is nature. So the sacredness of this and the sacredness of this, it's just like we are. I really feel like this is some of where we can start with this mysterious Venus-Sun conjunction in Leo, as we're at the very beginning of this seed. So I invite you to just lean in this week. Open your heart. Let this conjunction really shine the light on your true self, on who you really are. And then just allowing and softening and letting yourself just be at home in that version of you. Wow. Venus and Leo blessings. May our hearts open and receive. And so it is.